Hi, my name is Mike. Today I'm going to tell you about the auto count feature. This feature was added in PlanSwift Professional 9.1. What the auto count feature allows you to do is actually do bulk counts on your plan image, and you can scan that image for different symbols that might be on there. In this example, we're using an electrical plan, so we're going to be scanning for electrical symbols. A couple things to keep in mind before we get into the tool. Obviously, the image quality is going to affect the ability for the system to count. So the better quality image, the better your count will be. Another thing to keep in mind is as you're looking at this image, probably a little bit better than a third of the image really only contains data that we want to scan. So we're going to stay away from scanning areas with large amounts of background hatching, large amounts of text, title blocks, charts. There's really nothing we need to count in there, so we don't want to waste our time scanning that area. So the first thing we're going to need to do out of the box is actually enable the tool. We chose not to show it on the toolbar by default since it is kind of a specialized tool. We didn't want to take up the valuable space on your toolbar. So to turn it on, just go to your settings, select from the left-hand menu where it says Interface, and then just check the box where it says Show Auto Count Wizard. Now when you go back to your Home tab, you should have the Auto Count icon just to the right of the Count button. Now before we actually get into the use of the tool, I'm just going to launch the Auto Count Wizard on this page that I've already taken off. And we'll just go over a couple of the functions and features that are within the Auto Count tool itself. As we can see at the top, New Count is checked by default. And this is in the case that you're going to create a new count. Clicking on the color will open up the color picker. Clicking on the icon will allow you to select the shape for the count, and then type in whatever name you want to use for the count. The scale option will set the count to be scaled. For example, if you wanted to have a 2 foot by 2 foot square, you would select the square icon, hit scaled, and on the next screen you would actually be prompted to enter in the dimension of that object. Now that will be scaled using the scale that you set on the page. The Pick Sample button, that's where it takes you into the sampling mode. This will allow you to go out and grab the sample from the image. Once you've acquired the image, it will display here. You've got some editing buttons if you want to clean that image up a little bit. These counts that you see here are reflective of my current takeoff, and you can see the samples that were taken for those. Also, when you're in this view, you have a right-click menu. I can take any items that I've created and add them to my library if I choose. Well, I'll show you the library in a moment. I can immediately go into record mode if I need to just start recording with that count. And I can toggle the grid, and that will just take me out of this view and allow me to view counts by symbol. Then I could just select that symbol and start counting again. Now, the library is a nice feature. What the library allows me to do is actually set up different categories, and you can create as many categories as you like. It's pretty simple. Just hit add, type a name for your category, and hit post. Now I've got a category called doors. When I'm ready to add a predefined count, I'll just click add, type in a name for my door. If I want it to be a scaled count, I can set the size, pick the color, hit OK, and then once I hit apply, I now have an item in my library. So what this allows me to do is not have to keep repetitively typing in the name over and over again. So when I'm ready to start my next project, I've got all these things created. If I want to delete an item, I'll just hit the omit button. I'm going to go back out to the main screen. I'm just going to select duplex outlets. I'm going to hit next. As you can see, the scan regions have already been set up on this image. And this is where I was talking about eliminating all of this extra information that we don't need to scan. So we've broken this down into 4 scan regions. The first one in the upper left, We're just scanning one small room up there, and then we broke this one up into 3 different sections, and that allows for better accuracy and faster scanning. There are also a couple of shortcuts if you need to resize or move. You just select the scan area, use your arrow keys on your keyboard, and if you hold the Alt key and you move your item, you see it moves in a kind of a fine-tuning way. It's very small movements. If I were to hold the Control key and do the arrow, it's going to make larger movements. And if I hold the Shift key with the arrows, you'll see it's going to resize that window. And then that'll work both up and down. As soon as I hit next, it's going to start scanning that region for the item I counted. Now I've already counted this page, so let's go on and cancel out of this. And we'll go to our plan down here that's clean. I don't have any information on it. Now there is one nice feature about this. If I do have this window open already and I'm on the wrong page, I can simply select the next page to scan. So you can see once I'm into my auto count function, I'm at my scan regions. Just clicking on the nodes on the corner, I can resize that box. If I left click and hold, I can drag the box and position it where I need it. When I'm ready to add a new region, I'll simply hit New Region from the right click menu and reposition that in a location that I think I want to scan. Then I'll right click, hit New Region, get another new one here, and set it where I like to have it. Region number 4, make that a little smaller and drag it into place. Again, wanting to avoid as best as I can any extra data that doesn't need to be scanned. So now I have my 4 scan regions. The region that's highlighted is the current region that will be scanned. I'm going to hit next, and we'll see it's scanning that region, and it's scanning for the outlets that we had selected previously. But I'm just going to cancel out of this, and we're going to start from scratch. Now I have the ability at this point to select any previous items, but I want to set a new count. So let's go ahead and hit New, and I'm just going to call this Duplex 2. Set my icon shape. Now I'm going to hit Pick Sample. And at this point now I'm going to go in and I'm going to grab a sampling of what I'm looking for. So I'm just going to find a good clean sample. I'm going to left click, hold my mouse and drag a selection box around that. Once I do that, you'll see it's been selected. And if I want to, I can go in and clean up any extra information that might be on that I don't want to include. And that looks pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and hit next. Now I can set whatever area I want to scan. I'm just going to stay up in this upper left. Click next. It's going to scan my region. And now we're on the results page. All of the results that have been done, and you'll see there's a couple that don't match, and I don't want to include those. So simply by clicking in a range, if I were to click this one, because I don't want this one, it's going to select everything to the left of my cursor. Now those are all being flagged as good. I can ignore these other two. This is a good one, so I'll just click it. I'll click that one as well. And that looks pretty good. Now something else that holds true that you can do, if I were to set this to ignore and then go back to this one here and hold the Shift key and then click it, it's going to ignore everything in between in that range. So that's a fast way. You can use that Shift tool to do bulk ignore or bulk add. So even if I were to select this is good and then hold the Shift key down, it's going to select everything in between. So you can rapidly go through, check your good results, ignore any of your bad results, and then if I select place, it's going to place those objects on the screen. But before I do that, let me move this out of the way just a little bit. I'm going to zoom out on my image and reposition it so we can see. And you can see it's actually selecting everything as I'm doing it here. So if I were to hit this ignore icon to place it, you'll see it selected where that object is. If I would see anything that it didn't pick up, so maybe there was an outlet that was missing and it wasn't in our list here, what we can do is we can hit pick. And what that will do is place all of the currently selected objects and then allow me to go right into record mode and click any additional ones that it might have missed. In this case, it didn't miss any. So I'm just going to hit place. And here we see it's added our icons to all of the areas that were scanned and the proper outlets were found. Now comes the benefit of having your regions. Since we already had those defined, I'll just hit auto count again. I'm going to hit my duplex 2. I'm going to go down to next, and you'll see it automatically shifted down to region number 2. I'll simply click next since I've already got my object selected. It's going to scan that region. Now we're going to go through, select our good ones, and these are good all the way through here. That's good. That's good. We can just rapidly start going through these. Just select all of the good objects. Once I'm satisfied with what I have, I can hit place, and now I'm ready to move on to the next region. Scan that region, get my results, quickly run through these results. These are good to hear. You can see how you can really get proficient at recognizing the good from the bad. And we'll place those. Then I have one more region to scan. We'll click next. Next again, scanning that region. And now I'm down to my last few objects. And this is where you see how it's starting to pull into some text. There was a little corner that was selected on text. And I'll go ahead and place, but this time I'm going to hit pick so you can see what happens. So those have all been selected. I'm going to hit pick, and you'll see it takes me right into record mode. So if there was something else that was missed, you see here was one that was missed, I could select that object, not having to hit record again. It just takes me right into record mode. So if there were additional outlets I needed to hit, I could just go and count those. So we've rapidly gone through and counted 120 or 111 outlets on that plan. And when we're ready to move on to the next object, if we had that already selected, maybe somewhere else on the plan, we could certainly go through and just select those counts. So if we wanted to count the 220 outlets, simply select it. I've already back into scan region 1, and I'm going to scan that region, and here I have 2, and I can place those objects. So you can see how you can get very fast at counting symbols on your plan image. So as you can tell, there's a small learning curve to the auto count function, but once you get a couple of them down under your belt, I think you'll find that it really will speed up the process of counting repetitive symbols on your plan images. Thanks for watching.